book club on the 29th, see what's going on with that.
All right, everyone come to your comfortable seat and sit up nice and tall. We have our first practice of 2024. Yay! Yay! So let your hands come down into your lap. And then think about drawing your spine up tall, lining your shoulders up over your hips. Take a big inhale. And then slowly exhale it all out. Take another big inhale. And exhale it all out. One more time. And let it all go. Drop your chin to your chest. Feel a stretch through the back of your neck and the tops of your shoulders. Try not to hunch here, so you still want your shoulders over your hips. And now roll your right ear gently towards your right shoulder. Let your left shoulder get heavy, stretching through the side of your neck. And now bring the chin back to center. And let your left ear roll over towards the left shoulder. Letting your right shoulder get heavy. And then bring your chin back to center. As you lift your head, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Take a big inhale, and on your exhale, let your left hand come down, reach your right arm up, and exhale over to the left. Press your right sit bone down into the mat. Feel a stretch through your waist. And then float your right hand all the way down to the ground as you reach your left arm up. And exhale over to the right. Breathe here. And now we're going to float our left hand so it's a little bit further behind us, coming into a sort of like a half twist, bringing your right arm over, looking back. And then float the right hand behind you and sweep the left arm up and over. Reach both arms back up into the air. Roll your wrists. And now in the other direction. And then let your hands come down. Walk yourself forward. Coming into a soft forward fold. Take another breath here, letting your shoulders get heavy. Maybe even sway a little bit side to side if that feels good. And then from here, make your way into your tabletop position. Coming onto your hands and knees. Lining your hands up under your shoulders. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Press down into your knuckles and your fingertips. Drop your belly, open your heart, big inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. And exhale, round. Come back to neutral. Reach your right arm forward, up to the ceiling, around back, and back down. Reach it forward again. Big arm swimming motion all the way back. One more time. And this time when your hand comes down, we're going to switch arms. So reach your left arm forward, up to the ceiling, back towards your hip. And notice the range of motion might be different on this side than it is on the other. And that's okay. Work through, see what you've got. And come back down. We're going to do the same thing with the legs. So make sure that your hands are in a good place. And now you're going to bring your right knee up and around and back and down. So the knee comes towards your elbow, out to the side and back and down. And one more time. Lower the right knee down, switch to the left side. Take a moment to make sure you've got a sturdy base, and then bring your left knee to your elbow, around and back, to your elbow, around and back. One more time. And down. Go ahead and open your knees nice and wide. Press yourself back into your child's pose and gently walk your fingertips forward. See if you can find some traction. Imagine someone coming around and pressing gently on your lower back, allowing your spine to get nice and long. Your arms are extended out in front of you. This is very active. Your forehead is maybe on the ground or on a block. And now pull yourself back into your tabletop position. Come back to your neutral spine. Curl your toes under, slide your hands forward, and come into your downward facing dog. Let your heels get nice and heavy. Press the mat away from you. Think about rotating your arm bones. And now slowly pull forward into high plank, rolling like a wave, all the way to your high plank. And from here, we're going to lower all the way down onto the mat, onto our stomachs, nice and slow, in control. And then slide your arms out in front of you and gently press yourself up as you open your heart. And then slowly melt back down. Press yourself into tabletop, curl your toes, and make your way back into your downward facing dog. Breathe here. Gaze should be back between your feet. Hips are reaching up behind you. And now slowly ripple forward again like a wave. Nice and slow. Coming into plank with your shoulders over your wrists. Lifting your belly button up to your spine, slowly drop your knees down to the mat. Keeping your spine nice and long, hug your elbows in by your side, lower your chest and chin. Untuck your toes, lift up for baby cobra. As you're in this baby cobra, think about your elbows pulling back towards your hips. And then lower back down. Either come through tabletop or press yourself back up into plank. And then make your way into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Roll forward into plank. One last time here, nice and slow. Either lower all the way down, lower down knees, chest, chin, or hug your elbows into your side and come halfway down into chaturanga. Untuck your toes, come into upward facing dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee all the way up and slide your right foot up between your hands. Lower your left knee down, untuck your toes. Reach your arms out to the side, straight up overhead, squaring everything off. So you're pressing down with your front foot, your left shin is pressing into the mat. Think about your shoulders and hips being in one line, reaching straight up. And now we're going to press the air away from us as we hinge forward, gazing out, arms behind us, and then lift back up. Exhale, hinge forward, and then inhale back up. One more time, hinge forward and back up. From here, we're going to let our fingertips come down to the ground and we're going to step back into our downward facing dog. Pause here. Float your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot all the way forward. Lower your right knee down, untuck your toes. Reach your arms out and up. Take a moment, make sure your left knee is over your left ankle. You can feel all four sides of your left foot pressing into the mat. The right shin is pressing down. Reach your arms up. And now hinge forward, pressing that air back behind you. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, back up. And let your fingertips come down. Curl your right toes under. Step back into downward facing dog. Make sure that your arms are still shoulder distance apart and your feet are hip distance apart. Let your heels get heavy again. Maybe a slight bend in your knees so that you can reach your hips up further behind you and then slowly straighten the legs. And now float the right leg up behind you again. This time, slowly draw the knee back into the center. Slide your right foot up between your hands. Lower your left knee down. Untuck your toes. Reach your arms out and up. And we're going to go backwards this time. So hinge forward, but straighten your front leg. And then roll back up. Exhale. Straighten your front leg. Roll back up. One more time. It takes a little bit of balance. And back up. Fingertips rain down. Curl your toes. Step back to downward facing dog. Hold here. Float your left leg up. Draw your left knee in. Slide your left foot forward. Lower your right knee down. Untuck your toes. Reach your arms out. Exhale, bow forward, arms back. Inhale up. Exhale, straighten that leg, hinge forward. Whew. Back up one more time. Nice. Woo, little wobbly. And back up. Let your fingertips come down and step back into your downward facing dog. Breathe here. One more big, long, slow breath. And now gaze forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands, coming into a forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Reach for opposite elbows. And then gently sway side to side. Release your fingers and roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time, stacking them on top of each other letting your head come up last, all the way up to stand. Roll your shoulders up and back. Do that again. One more time. And now switch directions, bringing them forward, adding in a little bit more arm movement if you want, a little bit more fluidity. Nice. All right. We're going to stand here. We're going to reach our arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, release your pointer finger, lift up, exhale, bend over to the right. Bump your left hip to the left a little bit more. And then come back up to center. Inhale and then exhale over to the left. Bump your right hip a little bit further to the right. And then come back up to center. Gaze up at your fingertips. And then if it's available, bring your fingertips just a little bit back behind your head, coming into a small back bend. Come back up to center, release your fingers. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right leg back into a low lunge. Pause here. Reach your left arm up into the sky. Reach it back. And then come down. Slide your left foot back to meet your right. Your choice, lower all the way down to your stomach or lower down knees, chest, chin, untuck your toes, baby cobra. Curl your toes under through tabletop to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your right leg up. Bring your right foot forward. Gaze forward, plant your left hand, reach your right arm up to the sky. Reach it back towards your heel, down to the floor, and then bring your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Interlace your fingers, other finger on top. Breathe in, exhale over to the left. Press your right hip out a little bit further. And then come up to center. Exhale over to the right. Press your left hip out a little bit further. And then come up to center. Gaze up at your fingertips and then bring them back just behind your eyebrows. And then fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your left foot back. Plant your left hand, reach your right arm up to the sky. You're right. Now think about pulling that left heel back a little bit more. Open your right knee just a little bit, drop your hips, and then reach your right arm back, down by your right foot, step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or if you're ready, chaturanga, or skip it all together. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot all the way forward. Reach your right heel back. Lift your left arm coming into your twist. So as you're in your twist, think about pulling your right hip back. Reach your left arm up a little bit higher. And now reach your left arm back towards your heel, down to the ground, and slide your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, palms touch. Interlace your fingers, release the grip. Breathe in, exhale over to the right. Come back up to center. Exhale over to the left. Come back up to center. Take a little bit of a back bend if that's available. And then exhale, fold forward, releasing your grip. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your right foot back. This time we're gonna lower our right knee down, keeping our fingers where they are. See if you can bend your right knee in and straighten. In and straighten. One more time. And now curl your toes, slide your left foot back into your plank. Choose your version, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put the right leg up behind you. Step the right foot all the way forward. Lower the left knee down. Untuck the toes. If you need your hands on a block, that's fine. Bend your left knee and extend. Bend and extend. One more time. And then curl your left toes under. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up. Palms touch, interlace the fingers, release the pointer finger. Exhale over to the left. Breathe here. Come back up to center. Exhale over to the right. Come back up to center. Draw those fingers back, coming into a back bend if that's available. And then exhale, release, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, slide your left foot back. Lower your left knee down. Plant your left hand, twist up to the right. As you reach your right arm back, bend your left foot, and maybe the two of them shall meet or not. It's completely optional. Let your hips sink forward just a little bit more. And then release that foot if you have it. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Float your left leg up. Step your left foot forward. Lower your right knee down. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Reach it back towards your heel. Bend your right knee if you choose. And maybe the two meet, maybe they don't. Breathe here. Make sure you're pressing down with your left foot. And now release the foot. Curl your right toes under, step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. And exhale your hands down by your side. All right, let's do a little balancing. So if you need the wall or a piece of furniture, go find that. First, we're gonna shift our weight. I'll mirror you. So shift your weight into your right leg, hands on your hips, lift your left knee up. Once you're balanced here, open your left knee out to the side, and then bring that foot somewhere on your right leg, above or below your knee. Find something that's not moving. And then slowly bring your hands into heart center. Find your balance here. Think about lengthening your tailbone, pressing down through your standing leg, and then reach your arms up to the ceiling. Wobbling is okay. Maybe you can turn your gaze up towards the sky. Maybe you can close your eyes for a half second. And then bring your hands back to heart center. Bring your knee to the front and slowly place the foot down on the ground. Widen your stance and swing it out. Shake it out. All right, we got to get the cobwebs off. All right, back to the strong standing position. Shift your weight into your left leg, hands on your hips. Lift your right knee up. Step one. Open the knee out to the right. And then bring the foot to make the connection with the left leg, above or below the knee, just not on the knee. Now think about your hips being even, your tailbone drawing behind you, you're lifting your chest, bring your hands to your heart center. Think about your thumbs pushing your sternum up and open. And then if you're ready, reach your arms up to the sky. Maybe your gaze can follow. Maybe you close your eyes for a second. And then bring your hands back to heart center. Bring your knee to face me. And then slowly place the left foot down. Shake it out. Come back to the front of our mat, however you want to get there. And find one foot under each hip. So you want to think about being in line. Roll your weight a little bit forward into your toes and then pull your weight a little bit back into your heels and then find that center where you're standing nice and tall. Let your fingertips get heavy by your side. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank position. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or skip it all together. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Let your spine get long. Put your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, open your hip to the side. Your knee open, let your right heel get a little bit heavier. And then turn your torso back towards the mat. Extend your left leg back behind you, knee pointing down. And then draw the knee into your chest nice and slow as you slide the left foot up between your hands. Turn your right heel down and cartwheel yourself up into warrior two. Check your feet, make sure that they're where you want them to be. You're pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, and the left heel is centering itself with the center of the right foot. And gaze out over your left fingertips. Sit a little bit lower. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Bring the right hand behind you for a half bind so that you're not pressing into your right leg. Straighten your left leg, coming into your peaceful triangle. And then reach your left arm up to the ceiling, out towards the front of the room, bringing it down to a block or your shin or the ground. And then slowly reach your right arm up to the sky. Breathe here. Engage your legs, keeping your arms in this T shape. Lift yourself all the way up. Turn your left toes so you're facing the hallway. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your palms. See if the heels of your palms can connect, and then slowly hinge forward at the waist. Coming as far down as you can, feeling the stretch through your shoulders, letting your hands get heavy as they pull away from you. Maybe you can inhale to a flat back, feel your spine lengthen, and then exhale, fold forward again, coming in a little bit deeper. Release the grip of the fingers, bring your hands to your waist, soften your knees, and gently roll yourself back up to stand. Open your arms coming into your warrior two, and then cartwheel yourself down, step back to plank, go through your version of your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your right leg up behind you, nice and straight. Now bend the leg and then open the hip to the right. With the hip opening to the right, you need to repress your right hand into the mat a little bit and square your shoulders back down. Finding a deep twist through your torso. Keep breathing. Extend the right leg back behind you. Draw the right knee into your chest and slide the right foot up between your hands. Breathe here. Turn your left heel down and then cartwheel yourself up into warrior two. Check that your right foot is bisecting the center of your left foot. Reach your arms out and away. Gaze over your right fingertips. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathe here. Bring your left arm around your back, coming into that half bind. And then straighten your right leg, staying in this lean back space. And now reach your right arm up to the ceiling, out towards the front of the room, and slowly bring your right hand down to your leg or the floor or a block. And then unwind the left arm up to the ceiling. Breathe here. Engage your legs, keep your arms in a T, and lift your torso up. Turn your right toes towards the windows. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace the opposite thumb on top, the one that feels weird. Extend your arms behind you, see if the heels of your palms can meet, and then exhale, hinge forward. Noticing that the weight shifts into the backs of your heels, and then letting your head get heavy so that your arms can travel closer to the floor behind your back. Lift up halfway, lengthening your spine nice and long, and then exhale, fold forward a little bit deeper. The crown of your head should be reaching towards the floor, arms stretching behind you, big shoulder opener. Release your grip, bring your hands to your hips, soften your knees, and slowly roll all the way back up to stand, one vertebra at a time. And then come into warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down, step back to plank, and go through your version of your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, baby cobra, into downward facing dog. Breathe here in your down dog. Feel free to take a child's pose if you need a moment. And now float your left leg up behind you, bend your left knee, open your hip. Stay here, or maybe you make some big circles with that leg like we did when we were in tabletop at the beginning of class. Extend the leg back behind you, and now draw the knee into your chest and bring your left foot, up in between your hands. Turn your right foot down, reach out, come on up into warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh, coming into side angle, and reach your right arm up to the sky. Now with your palm facing the hallway, sorry, I had to reorient myself. So facing away from you, you're gonna bring your arm back a little bit to open your chest, and then bring it straight back up to the ceiling. And now open your heart, taking this tiny little back bend, and bring the arm back up. One more time, open, and come back up. Lift yourself back up into your warrior two. Straighten your front leg, turn your toes to the hallway, and then bring your heels in and come into your goddess pose. Weight back in the heels. Breathe here. One more breath, and then turn into warrior two. Cartwheel yourself down, step back into plank. Go through your vinyasa your way, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathing nice and slow, taking breaths, taking a break. Put your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee, open your hip. Stay here or explore taking 3 big circles, or maybe 1 big circle is enough. Seeing how that feels. Then extend the legs straight behind you. Draw the knee into your chest and slide the right foot up between your hands. Turn your left heel down, press into the outer edge of your left foot. Cartwheel yourself up into warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. And then bring your right forearm to your right thigh, reach your left arm up to the sky. Turn your palm so it's facing away from you, and then open your arm a little bit to the back, and then straight up to the ceiling. Open to the back, and then up to the ceiling. One more time, open, and to the ceiling. Lift yourself up into warrior two. Straighten your front leg, turn your toes to the windows, bring your heels in, come into your goddess pose. Breathe here. One more breath. And then exhale into warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa, and we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Lift your hips up. Float your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, open your hip. Optional big circles with the hip. Maybe you go in the opposite direction this time. So whichever way doesn't feel comfortable. And now bring the left knee into your chest and slide the left foot up between your hands. Turn your right heel down, cartwheel yourself open into your warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come all the way through to side angle, reaching your right arm up to the ceiling. And then open with this little back bend. And then reach the right hand over your head. Come back up to warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg. Reach your left arm up and over, coming back into triangle, right arm up to the ceiling. Breathe here. Keeping your arms in T, lift yourself up. Turn your toes to face the sidewall. Breathe in, exhale, forward fold, fingertips come down to the ground. Walk them back so your fingertips are in line with your toes. Let your head get heavy. Lift up, flat back. Bring your hands to your hips. Engage your legs and your glutes. Lift yourself all the way up to stand. Bring your heels in, sit down in goddess, and sway side to side. Arms can be in cactus or at heart center. And then we're gonna sway into warrior two at the front of the mat. Cartwheel your hands down, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Put your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee, open your hip. Stay here or take those 3 circles in the opposite direction. Or the same direction, it doesn't really matter. Just giving you suggestions. And then extend the right leg up behind you. Draw the right knee into your chest and slide the right foot up between your hands. Lower your left foot down. Cartwheel yourself into your warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. And then come all the way through to side angle, right arm on right leg. Reach the left arm up. Exhale, open the arm a little bit to the back. And then reach the left arm overhead towards me. Lift yourself back into warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your right leg, peaceful triangle. Straighten your arms, reach towards me, coming all the way into triangle. Right hand down, left arm up. Breathe here. Keeping your arms in T, bring yourself all the way back up. Turn your toes to the windows. Hinge all the way forward, fingertips to the ground. Maybe you walk your fingertips back behind you through your legs so you can get a deeper forward fold. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, come into a flat back. Pressing into the outer edges of your feet, lift your hands to your hips. Stand all the way up. Heels in, bend your knees, come into goddess. Sway it out. Rocking side to side. And then rock into warrior two to the front of your mat. Cartwheel yourself down. Step back to plank. Last vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. We'll move into pigeon, so float your right leg up behind you. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Bring your foot across to the left side and then slide your left leg back. Before you come all the way down, take a moment to check, is your left leg straight behind you? Does this feel comfortable? Maybe you prefer figure 4 on your back. And then slowly come down. Deepening your breaths, starting to wind down, deregulate. Let your forehead rest on the ground or on a block or on your hands stacked together. Sometimes a little swaying side to side feels good. You can explore that. Slowly come back up onto your forearms. Make your way back into your downward facing dog. Walk that dog out, pedaling the feet side to side, really shift your hips. And then float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee to your left wrist, bringing your right foot across the mat. Slide your right leg back behind you. Check that your right foot is nice and straight, knee down, and then slowly come down onto your forearms. And then as far down as is available, bringing your forehead to the mat or to a block or to your hands stacked. A little bit of movement here feels good. Go ahead and explore that. And then start to come all the way back up. Roll onto your left side, swing your right leg all the way around in front of you. So bring your right leg over your left knee. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your right arm behind you. Reach your left arm up. Now twist gently over to the right. Bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And gazing over your right shoulder. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And then release this, coming into the counter twist all the way over to the left. Come back up to center. Switch sides. Left foot crosses over right. Bring your left arm behind you. Reach your right arm up. And now twist to the left. Breathing here, getting nice and tall. And then exhale a little bit deeper. Feel that wringing out of your organs. And then slowly come all the way to the other side for the counter twist. And then release. Bring both feet to the floor, knees to the ceiling, reach your arms out, slow count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Slide your heels close to your bum. Reach your fingertips down so the long middle finger should just tickle your heels. Placing your palms down, we're going to prepare for a bridge. So roll up one vertebra at a time. Pressing your hips up to the ceiling. Reach your hands behind your back, interlace your palms. See if you can keep the heels of your hands touching, and then shimmy your shoulders together. Your chest is reaching towards your chin, and your chin is reaching towards the ceiling. You're squeezing an invisible block between your legs. Lift your hips up a little bit higher, deepening the back bend. The back of your head is connected with the floor. Maybe you can lift your heels up off the ground. Now release the grip and slowly come down one vertebra at a time. Bring your knees to touch and your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Open your arms to either side in a big T shape, palms up or down. And then drop both knees over to the right, coming into this sort of 4-4 position. And then bring them through center and over to the left. We'll do that one more time. Come through center. Drop your knees over to the right. If you want to deepen this, you can place your right ankle on top of your left thigh. And then bring the knees up and over to the left. Again, if you want to deepen this, you can place your left foot on top of your right thigh. Come back to center. Draw your knees into your chest. Maybe take some knee circles here. Maybe a happy baby. Rolling around, finding what feels good. Taking this time to take any last minute poses or shapes or stretches that you feel like you might need tonight. And then when you're ready, set yourself up for your Shavasana. Maybe putting on your socks, getting your blanket. And extend your arms and legs away from your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Think about drawing all the energy into the center of your body, envisioning a small golden ball right there in the middle, pulling everything in from your toes and your fingertips, all pulling into that center spot. Take a big inhale. And then slowly exhale everything out. On your next inhale, tense and squeeze every muscle in your body like you're drawing everything into that center gold ball. And then exhale, let it all melt away, running down your arms and your legs and out through your fingertips. You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as you want, as long as you need to. But if you're ready to come on out, you can start to slowly wiggle your fingers one at a time, opening and closing your fingers to your palms. And maybe gently rock your head side to side, roll your feet around. And then take a big stretch, reaching your arms overhead. Nice. And then roll onto your right side or your left side. It doesn't really matter, whichever side you're more comfortable with. And then from there, take your time coming into your seated position. Sitting up comfortably, trying to keep your eyes closed as long as possible. So you can stay in this like little peaceful cocoon that you've made for yourself. Then bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath, the rise and fall of your lungs, of your stomach. Acknowledge this amazing life force that's traveling around inside your body. Bow your head in appreciation of yourself, of the time that you've made for yourself, carving out this hour. And thank yourself for showing up. I thank you all for allowing me to lead you through this practice. Namaste.